Okay.
Well done.
Thank you. Okay. Like we have been reminded, for those of us that have missed the session, and even those of us that attended the session, those lecture notes, they are summarized. What I just did, what I did was just to use, as we finish the lectures, I just use AI to generate those notes. And it makes it easy based on what we have discussed. I just highlight the point, and AI will give me a summary of it, which is in line with what we have said. So that's what makes the note easy for us. But Barrister Sita, can you? Oh, he's still having problem with his network. Dr. Kato.
Yes, please.
Okay. Now that you are in the house, I want to share one secret, but you might not. I mean, you might not be able to use it except you're on a paid subscription.
I might not be able to what?
I'm talking generally now. I say I want to share a secret.
Yes.
To statistical analysis. Or shall I call it my secret?
Okay.
So when I run this regression at first, I also don't understand until I started using AI to interpret it. And the more I run, the better I became. And I'm more like I started learning, at least I'm able to interact with the data much more better than I used to be. So that secret is in, if you have ChatGPT, run your regression, drop it in chat. Are we together? Seems Kato is freezing. Okay. I was saying,
we're listening.
If you have a ChatGPT, if you run your regression on Stata, drop it on chat. That's a ChatGPT version 4.0. Even the free version will be able to do interpretation, but I don't know how effective that will be. The paid version has advanced analytical tool, which makes it very much easy for me makes it very much easy for it to interpret any statistical data. So if you permit me, I will run a regression, copy it, and I will demonstrate it before us. The interpretation. Would that be fine by us?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, for me, I'm very okay, and I'm looking forward to it because it's not long that I was introduced to this ChatGPT, and I have seen how effective and how it assists one in finding your way out if you need any information that will help you. So I'm looking forward to this aspect that you have said, that you mentioned ChatGPT 4.0, and you are talking of using it when your data is on. So I'm looking forward to how to apply that aspect.
Yes, because what everybody know about chat is you can interact with it for normal day-to-day English.
Yes.
What is this? Or define this, find me this. But the advanced version of it has strong analytical tool. Once I drop my calculations, it helped me to run the interpretation. But I must tell you, the caveat is For your thesis, for your thesis, never you copy and paste anything online. Never you copy and paste anything online. It will be AI, it will be detected as AI generated, and it will lower the quality of your paper. Don't copy and paste. Get the interpretation, preferably write them out in your own words. Write them out in your own words. Copy and paste will just damage your paper. Okay, so that said, I'm going to share my screen. Oh, sorry. Stata. Let me clear out what I have here first. That CLC is a short form of clearing your to clear your screen. But I still have my data in the data editor. If I want to get what is in my data, I describe it, enter. These are the variables. These are the variables as you have in the system. Based on what we did yesterday, we have the the companies, the firm, dividend per share, Tobin Q, and the rest. So let's start with the basic, what's it called? Statistics, the descriptive statistics. To run descriptive statistics, we have sum, enter. For the benefit, for Kato's benefit, and for as a refresher to us, I'm repeating that. That is what we did is the command approach to running a regression, to running statistics in Stata. Even though most of us we have been taught the, what's it called, the menu method, going through the menu to run the statistics. But I've learned over the few months how to use command. How to use a command to, I think, excuse me, I want to be sure. Some persons are waiting for admission. Okay, let me admit them. Okay, so I was saying, we are using command approach as against the menu approach to interact with Stata. So, and that is basically what I've just done now. I want to get the summary statistics. That's a descriptive statistics. By typing SUM, enter, it gives me this descriptive statistics of all the variables that I've imported into Stata. So these are the list, and some of the variable does not really make sense. I'm not going to work with them. So if I want to be specific to the variables that I want to work with, I have to select them after sum, space, the relevant variable that we are working with. I will go to the variable window. That's to the top right of my window. You see the variable list. We are interested. We are interested in dividend per share. I've taken that. We are interested in Tobin. We are interested in institutional ownership. We are interested in turnover. We are interested in ROA and equity to debt. So with this, I can run the specific summary statistics. So this is summary statistics for the data we have. But let me clear it out. I'll start again. I've cleared it out. Kato, if you are there, to my left of the window, you have the history window. If you are seeing it, all the commands that I've just taken now, I can repeat them without typing them. Like
Okay.
the last one now, I click on it, it comes to the command window, and that's it. If I click enter, it will just repeat that.
Okay.
Like, are you seeing me on describe?
Yes.
So I've clicked on describe. If I just say enter, it describes. So the commands I've run for as long as I've not closed my system, they are there on this history window. So in case you need to rerun or you want to clear your screen, like I did, and start afresh. So I've cleared the screen with that. So let me take the summary statistic again.
Thank you.
Now, I want to... Are we getting the point? Kato?
Yes.
Okay. So the next after the descriptive statistics is correlation, and we have the short form for correlation, which is CORR space. We'll pick all the variables that we are interested in from the variable window. That's the top window to my right. We are interested in the dividend per share. That's a variable. Tobin Q, institutional ownership, turnover, ROA, equity to debt. Have I taken all of them? I jumped, I supposed. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. They're supposed to be 5, which is missing.
Turnover.
Institutional ownership.
Turnover is missing. Okay, and institutional ownership.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've taken all the variable, enter. Did you get all the variable for the correlation? I mean, for the descriptive statistics? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, they are supposed to be 6. I didn't.
One is missing the upper ones.
Huh?
It's like one is missing.
In the upper one, yeah.
Which one is it? Yeah, this one.
Maybe turnover is there.
Turnover is there. Return on
Equity to debt is
ROA
missing.
is there.
Equity to debt is missing there.
Yes,
Yes.
equity to debt is missing.
It's there.
Equity
No, in
to
the
debt,
previous one.
it's
not there.
Okay.
The first table.
The first table does not have equity to, oh no, equity to debt is
It's not there.
No, it's complete. It's 6.
It's there, but it is
It's
across.
there.
It's under. Why is it here?
It's below the
complete.
line.
Okay, it's below
Okay.
the
All right,
bracket.
It's the arrangement that differs.
It's the arrangement. Okay, you're right. Okay, so we have done the descriptive statistics. We have done the correlation. Let's run a simple regression. Simple regression. The same way, if we put the command for regression is just reg space and pick all the variables. Now you have to be careful in the order of the variable. Which variable is the
Excuse me.
Yeah, Dr. Bello.
That command, do you usually type it? Because when I try to practice it, I don't see it coming out like this.
You go to the command window.
Where is the command window?
This blue. You can see the blue label down now.
Yes, but when I try to practice it, I don't see it like this.
You are typing, it's not showing or what?
No, that command will not show on the blue line.
Why?
I don't know.
Once you type in, it's not showing.
It's not showing, that command is not coming out as we have it now.
Okay, the command window is not showing.
Yes.
Okay. It is your setting. It is your setting.
Okay.
I guess it should be your setting. If you look at what can I do? Yes. In your system, just once you open it, just do Control-1, I guess. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Control-1. I think that window should come back. I think it should come back. Let me try.
Okay. Okay.
I think if you do Control-1, that window should come back. Because my history window at a point disappeared when I was also learning to navigate. It took me months before I could recover it because I needed it. So like if I pull out this history window, it's not there again. Huh?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yes.
So I need to go back to window and click on history. It comes back. Huh? So if you, let's try that of the command.
Okay.
Even how to close that.
Okay.
Don't know how to, where's the close button for the window? I don't know what's, okay, or maybe you are on auto hide. That could be the thing. Can you see something popping up at this edge?
Yes.
Auto hide. So maybe it's on auto hide. If you, by the time you take your mouse close to the end of the line, probably it will come up. Like this one has disappeared.
Okay.
I hope I've not caused a while for myself. Let's see the command. I use the window button to bring it up. So, but I need to deactivate that auto hide now. So it's back in shape. Dr. Bello, I think you should be able to resolve that problem. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think we can go ahead for now.
Okay. So we are back to
the key thing is that this thing will be practicing. So, and that's exactly, he's already ahead. He will get it. Go ahead, sir.
So we need to regress now. I was saying that regression follows basic rule. The command, your dependent variable first, followed by the independent variable. So like yesterday, we chose, from this variable, we can actually pick up to we identify up to 3 that can be used as a dependent variable. That was when we say if you're going to use a dividend per share as the dependent variable, what we are trying to say is what are the determinants, or what variables, what are the determinants of a dividend policy? Is it to be Q?
Let me interrupt and ask a question just on the statement you made in terms of the arrangement when you want to do a regression.
Yes.
You said it must follow a certain format.
Yes.
First of all, you put in dependent variable.
Very well.
And then the independent variable.
Yes.
Is that suggesting that what you are just adding is, if you already have your equation, you're starting your equation from left to right and then just entering them in that order of arrangement of how your equation is looking like in the methodology?
Exactly. That's how your model, how your regression model works.
Exactly how your model.
Yes.
Thank you.
That is it.
It's okay.
That's
Go ahead.
Thank you. We can then take, let's work with dividend policy. Dividend policy as the dependent variable. Double click, it comes down there. Independent variable 1 is Tobin Q. The next independent variable is institutional ownership. The next one is log of turnover. And the next one is ROA. The next one is equity to debt. So we've taken all the variables, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we are saying now is we want to know which of these independent variables is significant enough to predict the movement of the dependent variable. So I enter. So this is the result. Dr. Makut.
Yes, doctor.
And Dr. Bello, can you give us interpretation of the regression we have done? Anyone that you are comfortable with, you can just speak and explain. It's it's a mutual benefit. The more you explain, the better you become at it.
For the R square, we can see that it's 48%, 48.22%.
Can we see the R square? Okay, that's the R square. Okay, go ahead, sir.
I can say that it now shows that this model shows that the factors that are affecting the dividend policy is positive enough, or they have influence. They'll be able to influence it, so it's a positive result, looking by having 48.2%.
Dr. Makut, when you are interpreting R square, don't use
alternatively,
positive.
I can say the variable is up to 48.2%. It has influenced the direct variable by 48.2%.
Use the word significant.
No. Don't use significant. Don't use positive on R square.
Okay.
R square. What R square is explaining is that these variables, these independent variables,
put together.
All right. They are only able to explain 48% of the factors that influences dividend policy. That's your dependent variable.
Perfect.
That is,
perfect.
From this model, this IVs, the independent variable, is explaining 48% of variables that affect the independent, that affect the dependent variable. That means there are other factors unaccounted for. Those other factors unaccounted for should be about 52%. Is that clear? But what this model is accounting for, what this model is accounting for is 48% of the factors that are impacting on the dependent variable. Okay, Dr. Kato, I'm with you.
Yeah, so the implication now suggests that if we stop here, we can now suggest that the independent variables that we have been able to identify now are still not strong enough to explain to us this aspect of dividend policy.
Well,
am I right?
That is, let me call it, logically speaking. But Dr. Kato,
that suggests that the model is not
Dr.
good.
Dr. Kato.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In your thesis, if you see anything, if your R square is around 25% and above, you are home and dry.
Okay. Okay.
You are home and dry. 48% for me is very good.
Okay.
You will see paper now that, once you get this knowledge, when you read paper, when you see the statistics, go through it, you'll be seeing some at 30%, 20%, and they are published in top quality papers. If you see 50%, good. 60, good. 7, in fact, once once your variables once they are getting too high, they become suspects. Suspect in the sense of there might be issue of multicollinearity that is making the figure so high. You understand?
Okay.
So
Yes.
at 48%, we are good to go.
All right.
We are good to go. So, Bello, are you there?
I'm here.
Can you explain adjusted R square for us? Dr. Marcotte, I hope I'm clearer now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Bello?
Well, adjusted R square is just like the R square. The difference is that it gives room for error in the model.
It's adjusting for error in the model.
You will see that the value of R square and adjusted R square are very, very close. They are usually close. The difference is giving allowance for the error in the model.
Okay.
That is my understanding of adjusted R square.
Well said. Well said.
Dr. Rahman. Dr. Rahman.
Governor, do you want to go for the F statistics?
My governor.
No, I said, yeah, Dr. Rahman. That is
your network in Jos is cashing cool.
Sorry, where are you? Are you in the bedroom or outside? Let her move to the sitting room so that she can concentrate.
We are running.
The network is not friendly today.
It's me?
Yeah, the network is not good in the bedroom. Can you come to the bathroom? The network will be better
there. Our network has been misbehaving.
For bedroom.
Hello, Governor, what are you saying?
But your voice is also not loud.
It really grabs the thing.
I said, Governor, do you want to go for the F statistic?
The network will not allow me to hear you well.
No, she's saying that you have.
I can't hear what Governor is saying well.
She's saying that you are catching up, that you have interpreted it very well.
I say you are on fire.
Okay. Who wants
Hello,
to
Governor.
Rahman, one house. Who wants to do the F
I'm on fire.
You are hot. Governor said you
F
are
statistics.
hot.
Let me try, sir.
Okay.
F statistics represents the fitness of the model of the study.
Overall fitness. Overall fitness.
The threshold is usually 2. If it is less than 2, then the model is not fit for the study. But if it is greater than 2, then the model is okay for the regression. And you can see this one is greater than 2, so we are good to go.
So you have to interpret it along the probability value of F, which is probability greater than F, which is equals to 0, 0, 0. At 0, 0, 0, that means it is highly significant. And the value that is also, the values are greater than 2. That makes it a perfect, a kind of a well-fitted model for the study. Your F statistics is showing is significant and well-fitted for the study. I think that's my Dr. Charles. Dr. Charles, is he in the house?
I can't see him. You
Okay,
know, Charles has some responsibilities that he cannot assign.
Yeah, I understand.
Mm.
Okay, so I think that is we have been able to explain the F statistics, talking about the overall fitness of our model of our model, because the F there, the first figure there is greater than 2, and the significance of it is also it's highly significant at less than 1%, which is very good. So I think those are the figures that matters there. The number of observation tells us that the total collection of variable value, that's in the study, we have 160 figures. That is, there are, for this study, I know there are, 16 companies, and the data is made up for 10 years. So 16 times 10 will give us 160 for this particular company. I have the background, knowledge of that from the, from the data we imported from the Excel table. So I think those are the key figures that we need to know.
Excuse me, Doc.
Yes, Dr. Chika. I will have called on you. I needed to hear your voice.
Yeah, I just tried to follow up because I missed your class yesterday. All the same, this root MSE, what does it explain, please?
That is root MSE is but that MSE is the mean square error. Mean square error. It has something to do with the E in our model. It just measured the mean square error, probably the error term for the error term of the model. But the impact on our study, sincerely, I don't know. And I don't see much of discussion on it. But let's, like I said, I will subject these results to interpretation using ChatGPT-4.
The AI.
Yes. So all that we have discussed, let's see whether it will, our discussion is in line with what a chat will come up. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So that said, okay. Also, we are not done. Yes, Dr. Chika, now that you're there, I think I want you to do the next interpretation for us. Where is my screen? Now, coefficient. These are the coefficient results. Dr. Chika, do you have an explanation for it? These are the p-values. Dr. Kato, are you in the house?
Very well.
Okay, you have said me. I want Dr. Chika to explain the coefficient and the p-value. Governor, if your network is clear, it will be fine if you can explain too.
Thank you very much, Doc.
We can't hear you.
Okay, the Tobin Q is positive and significant at 1%. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. He said Tobin
Okay.
Q. Tobin Q is
It's positive at 1%. It's positive and significant at 1%.
okay. That's for Tobin Q. That's it's positive. That's the P me.
The coefficient is a positive
What does that mean?
coefficient.
What does that mean that it is positive and significant? I think that's my interest.
Baku,
How
I'll call you
does
back.
this
I'm in a
one
meeting.
relate?
I'm in a meeting. Sorry.
Okay. So how does this relate, for instance, to the various variables that we are talking about?
Okay, Dr. Kato, what's your question?
Talking about the coefficient and the Tobin Q, which
Yes.
the governor said is positive and significant.
Yes.
I'm just trying to find out. Let's assume I'm a layman. It's not enough for me to know that, yes, it's a positive number. What is its
What is usefulness?
effects on any of the IVs?
No, we are looking at the effect on the DV. The effect,
okay.
we are
on
trying,
the DV.
Yes. Regression. In regression, we are trying to predict or explain the effects of independent variable on
the DV, on the dependent
variable. So now that our p-value is significant at 1%, because the p-value here is less than 0.1%. Am I right? So we say that the p-value is highly significant at 1% level. The p-value is highly significant at 1% level, and the coefficient of that of that variable is 3.4. What that means is that because this variable is significant in explaining the movement in the dependent variable, which is the dividend per share. For every unit increase, increase in Tobin Q, it will have a 3.42 rate impact on dividend policy, that's dividend per share. The impact will be 3.2. Yes, I did something yesterday, which I tried to write out the regression equation for this analysis. And I said, yes, this is beta 0, right? If we know our regression model. If I miss it, let's say, this should be x1, right?
Yeah.
Plus beta
x2.
S3, okay, S2.
X2.
And this one x2. Sorry, this should be, I'm supposed to have one here too. So plus beta beta 3.
3 x3.
X3 plus beta 4. I'm just trying to run a complete regression model for this, since there are 5 variables. Oh, think I missed, where's my eraser? No.
Dr. Padaka, please check whether there is a place to let Baristosita in. He has his 3 devices here now, and none has a mic.
Jesus Christ. That I muted him, or I don't know of a. Well, I don't think there's anything I can do, or
The message he snapped is it's still the same thing. The meeting does not support dial in or call me to join. You cannot connect to the audio. That's the same thing I was saying.
Not serious. I don't know. I didn't do nothing I did. Barrister sister, sorry, I don't know how we are going to do this. But can we continue? So I'm trying to do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we have B4.
So the next one will be F4. X4.
Plus B5 X S5 plus, what will be the next one?
Error term, right?
Yeah, that's the error term.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is the equation for this regression model. So what we are now saying, if Tobin is Tobin should be S what? I guess Tobin should be X5 actually, because these other ones have been numbered as X1, S2, S3, S4. So Tobin, let's get Tobin is S5.
Yes.
So what we are now saying, what we are saying now is for Tobin, let me slash it now. I'm cutting off Tobin. For Tobin, if you want to write the full regression equation now, Tobin Q part of the equation will be 3.442 times
yes.
X.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Can we approximate it to 4.3?
Well, it's approximation. It's allowed. I'm just, in fact, you are not doing calculation though. You know that. You are only doing explanation.
Yeah, okay.
So we are
I think it's advisable you explain it the way it is, rather than approximating it. That's my opinion.
I don't want to write out all the figures. These figures, they could be running, they are recurring decimal. They are just been, they are being approximated to maybe 4 significance level, if my mathematics memory serves me right, or 5.
Yeah.
So what we are saying now, I'm substituting the beta with the actual figure. Is that correct? With the, since we have that coefficient now has been calculated. So we can say 3.43x equals y. Do we agree?
Yes.
So I used to be very good in maths those days. Don't mind me. It's not today's not. It's not today's knowledge. Oh.
Some of us are still see you as a guru just by what you have written here now.
So if we want to make X subject of the formula, just dividing both sides by 3.23, you have 3.43 X is equals to Y over 3.43. 3.43. So that means X is equals to that's it. S equals to Y over 3.43. What I'm saying, what I'm doing basically is the impact of Tobin Q on the dependent variable is 3.43. 3.43. So that means for each unit movement in Tobin Q, it will have a 3.43 effect on the dependent variable.
On Y.
That is basically what we are saying. So in this model, Tobin Q seems to have a strong a significant effect on dividend policy when you compare it with others. If you compare it, it has the highest coefficient. That coefficient is a measure of the strength of the level of significance. One thing is it has to be significant, but what is the strength of that? I mean, the significance, the significance that Tobin Q is parading. From this, we know it's running, let me say, at a speed of 3.43, compared with maybe turnover that is running at 1.2 and is even not significant. Or let's compare it with, what else can we compare it? Debt to equity is significant at 5%. If you can see this. Debt to equity is significant at 5%. Is that okay? Kato, can you see that? Can you see that?
Yeah.
So compare the effect.
I can see it.
Compare the effects. Debt to equity is giving you 0.265 speed on dividend per share, whereas Tobin Q is giving you a speed of an impact of 3.4 on dividend per share. Right? So if you were to focus on either of these two factors, which one would be a priority for you? Just on these two DVs. Are you going to say, I want to pay more attention to Tobin Q or to equity?
I'll pay more attention to Tobin Q.
It should be the impact should be now to the Tobin Q. Those are the recommendations you are going to be making. That firms in the consumer goods sector should pay attention or towards increasing their Tobin Q. That's a recommendation. So if you look at institutional ownership is not significant. Let me just shade it because it's not significant. Let me clean it up. But you can see that it's not significant because it's showing this 0.812 is like 81%, and we are working with a 5% level. Anything above 5% is not significant. It's not a factor to reckon with. So it's not something we should pay attention to. So for this model, what is saying us, telling us that firms in the consumer goods sector, perhaps institutional ownership is actually insignificant, and as such, managers of firms in the industry should not bother their heads about whether they are increasing institutional presence or not in the firm, in their firms. That's the interpretation. Turnover.
Okay.
Turnover, is it significant? Turnover is showing 10%. So it cannot be significant. We are looking, it will only be significant if it's less than 5, equal or less than 5%.
Below 5%.
So at this rate, turnover 2 is not it's not a factor. It's not statistically significant. Let's be mindful to qualify our significance with statistically, because what we are doing is statistics. We are basing our assumption, or we are basing our recommendation on the statistical values that we have seen. So we should not lose sight of it that is an underlying assumption. Statistically, it might not be significant, but will you then say that you will not pay attention to your sales?
No.
You understand? And that's the essence of saying it's not statistically significant. So you have to underline what you are. You have to be precise in your definition. It's not statistically significant, so it's not a factor to reckon with statistically. ROA. What's ROA looking like?
ROA. That's X3.
Yes, S3. Is it significant? It's not. It's not now. Kato, are you there? It's not. Because it's at
1.15.
It's at 15%.
It's not.
It's at 15%.
Yeah, at 15%.
Yeah.
So it is not significant.
So the next one that is significant is actually debt to equity, or equity to debt.
Debt to equity.
Equity to debt.
That's at 3%.
It's significant at 5% level because it's less than 5%. So it's
that's
significant
at 3%, right?
Take it like this. We have a bandwidth of 5%. If it's less than, if it's less than 5, but greater than 1, less than 5, greater than 1, you will still put it that it is significant at 5%. Greater than 1,
significant,
but less than 5. That's 5. Sorry, I want to put
1
percentage. I'm not able to do this very well. But that's no. It's greater than 1%, but less than 5%. At that point, you still call it is significant at 5%. Don't say it's significant at 3.8%. No.
Okay.
You understand? Right. It's a band. It's the bracket we are looking at. It's the bracket we are looking at.
Okay. Either 5 or 10.
Yes. If it's less than or equals to 0.01, that's 1%. Less than or equals to 1% is significant at 1%. Is significant at 1%.
At 1%.
Yes, even though it will be is reading 0, 0, 0, 0. You understand? It's significant at 1%. We won't say that it's significant at 0.00. No. So I think that does it for us. So I'm actually excited. Let's go. If there are no questions, hopefully, I want us to take it to the AI level. Maybe we can, from there, see further interaction that we can do. Is that okay?
This is sweet. Okay, it's like Osita is now with us. I hope you can hear us now. Osita, how far? Are you okay now? Can you hear us? Osita might still be having audio challenge, but I'm seeing him for.
No, he's here. He's still having the audio challenge because his mic is not recognized at all. Oh, his mic is not recognized at all.
Would it be like his mic is muted or what?
No, if it's muted,
at the point of connection, the computer will ask you to connect with video, with audio and video.
I think maybe that's what government is saying, that it's not able to connect at that point where you have whether connect with this or that.
Too bad.
Oh, sorry, Barrister Sita. I can't help now. Okay, so we'll move on. I want us to, we'll try out what's it called now? The AI interpretation. Do we agree with that? Are we good to go for that? Hello, doctors in the house. Nobody's answering.
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Yeah, go ahead. You did. Now that you're having this data, is it that, okay, sorry, I was asking this question. Are you, okay, like you're saying, are you highlighting this result and pasting on AI, or you're just taking the model and pasting on AI before these results come out?
Is the result I'm taking now. That's why I highlighted, I want to copy it.
Okay, you just copy and paste to AI and ask him to interpret.
Exactly.
All right, fine. I just wanted to know how to get there. Go ahead.
I copied. And okay, I have to share my. I want to share my, what we call. Let me be sure. Okay. My browser. Trying to. Maybe I should stop sharing totally. Sorry, I'm trying to for you to see my, so I can see where I'm going to paste. Share screen. Great. Right. Now, don't mind if you look at my tab on the left, you see a lot of jargons that I'm troubleshooting on my head sometimes. So we are at my ChatGPT 4. You can see it, ChatGPT 4.
Yeah.
It's a paid version. The regular version comes at ChatGPT 3.5. Like I said, I do not know whether 3.5 has that capacity now, but as at the time I subscribed for paid version, GPT 3.5 does not do calculation. I don't know of now that I'm on, but I can always switch. I have not tested it, but let's not lose focus of what we want to do. You are seeing my chat screen, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Interpret.
Please.
Regression results.
He will know. I don't need to put regression. From the summary statistics, that's the descriptive statistics, I copied, down to the correlation, I copied, down to the regression, I copy. And boom, what do we have? The provided statistical result seems to be from a regression analysis examining the relationship between dividend per share and various financial ratios, measures Tobin Q, institutional ownership, and the rest. Descriptive statistics. Correlation analysis.
Wait fast now. He's running too fast.
Not be me. Na AI be running, Tino.
Is the answer?
Hey,
Is
no woman.
Slow down. Tell him to slow down.
AI.
Tell him to slow down.
Is it a him or her?
Okay.
When he finish running, is a he.
I will ask what the name is. And
Okay.
I'll be just ask, what is your name, AI? And the name will just say, my name is Precious.
So
okay.
that is the descriptive statistics, which we are familiar with. The average per share, average dividend per share is 2 point something this, but let's go to the regression, which is most important for me. I don't know. I said, do you want us to run that? Let's look at the regression result now.
Yeah.
Model fit. The R square of 0.4822 indicates that about 48.22% of the variability in dividend per share is explained by the model. The F statistics is significant, suggesting the model is statistically what? Statistically significant. Coefficient. Tobin Q. Significant positive effect on dividend per share. The beta, the beta is beta coefficient, and that's the coefficient is 3.4289, and is significant at 1% level, this is the strongest predictor of the model.
And that's exactly what we discussed.
That's exactly what we discussed. Institutional
Ownership.
No significant effect
on DPS.
Dividend per share. Turnover. Positive,
but not
statistically
significant.
But not statistically significant. ROA. Positive, but not statistically significant. Equity to debt. Small, but significant positive effect. Small but significant positive effect. The beta the coefficient is 0.2652 and is significant at 5% level. Dr. Kato, you can see it's at 5% level.
5%. Yes. Yes.
Constant.
Not 3 as I was trying to.
The constant is negative at 13.97. Can be interpreted as the baseline value of a dividend per share when all other variables are 0.
Okay. At 0.
That is the beta factor. The first beta, when I was writing that equation, when I say beta 0.
Yes.
So that means when every other variable is ignored or every other variable is 0, dividend value, dividend per share will have a constance of minus 13.97. So that is what that explains. So, conclusion. This analysis suggests that Tobin's Q is the most significant predictor of dividend per share among the variables considered. Institutional ownership, assets turnover, and return on assets, while correlated with dividends, are not statistically significant. Are not statistically significant predictors in this model. Equity to debt shows a small but significant impact. Now, it said, remember, this interpretation is based on the data provided and the statistical output. Other factors not included in this model might also significantly influence dividend policy. Also, statistical significance does not imply causation, and these findings should be contextualized within the broader research and theory in physics.
That was a wise disclaimer by AI. So
I'm telling you.
So AI should do disclaimer.
I'm telling
I
you.
thought she was everything.
So what else do you need that this guy has not provided you?
Now, let me take you back to your initial caution at the beginning of your lecture.
Yeah.
You did say we should be careful, even if you pick information from AI, just make sure you do not copy and paste.
Yes.
Now, what we discussed is exactly what AI has given to us. What then will now make me change? Because it's still the same message and the same details. For instance, we all agree that WQ, for instance, is the very one that has the most impact on the dependent variable and is the strongest predictor in the model, which we've just seen.
Absolutely, I get you.
So what was the difference? Because it's still the same thing that you're seeing.
The difference is that you have gone to AI to copy and paste. And the character that you are copying and pasting AI has what is called metadata.
Okay.
So those characters carries, let me call it, they have their DNA, even though you are seeing them as letters.
Okay.
Once you copy and paste, it takes along some of those attributes.
It's DNA.
Its DNA
Characters.
is taken along. So the anti-AI detection look out for those what's it called? Those property. This same thing.
Yeah.
If you pick your pen or you open another window and you start typing, chances are, because it's not essay.
Yes.
It's not essay. If you write the same thing, it can never be detected as AI.
All right, I agree.
But if you just do copy and paste, I don't have time to type. You are copying the attribute, the DNA of the AI along in the metadata. So when they run your paper, there will be traces of AI on it. But if it's long essay, they can, if you copy that exactly the same thing, they can also detect, because you have, the way human writes is actually different from the way AI writes. We are much more dynamic in our writing. So when your writing pattern is becoming too regimented, let me call it, maybe I don't know, but maybe AI is meant to use 5 to 7 sentences per whatever is describing before complete that sentence. But you cannot see that human can make simple sentence, compound sentence.
Yeah. Yes.
I think we have simple, compound and complex sentences. And consciously or unconsciously, we mix up these attributes. But AI has been programmed in such a way, maybe just work within this bracket. Do not make it just short and simple. So when your own writing thought is also following that pattern, they start, it will now be highlighted as AI detective. There is but the AI works with a lot of the anti-detection work with a lot of different algorithm. But the best you can do for yourself, do not copy and paste anything online. Never. Rather, paraphrase. Even if it's going to be the same words, don't copy and paste. That is my simple advice. So,
Dr. Bello, we're hearing your discussion here.
Sorry.
Okay.
I want to run the same thing at the 3.5 G. Let me see whether it might give us the same results.
It will never give the same result. It will never give the same result, no matter what. Except if it is figures, the figures will always be there. But if it is grammar, it will not be. It will never be the same.
No. That's not what I meant. Whether it has the ability to interpret those figures.
Okay.
Yes, because before now, it cannot, any calculation 3.3 cannot undo.
Okay.
That's what I meant. So
this one is the free one, right?
This 3.5
is the free one.
Yes. Interpret these results.
Would please, before the guy go refuse.
You no get choice now. Who born am? How will we born am?
After all, Naman the manipulator.
That's the thing.
Mm.
Great. I
The
think
results are already there.
the results are pretty good, and it's even looking more elaborate here. So if I'm
Let's just go
summary,
to the regression results and see what is
regression results. Okay. The regression analysis aim to predict dividend per share using the independent variables. The model's F statistic is significant. The probability is great. I mean, probability of F greater than this, whatever, indicating that the model as a whole is statistically significant, the same. R square value is 0.482, which suggests that approximately 48.22% of the variance in dividend per share is explained by the independent variable. The coefficient for the independent variable are as follows. Tobin's has a positive coefficient of approximately 3.43, indicating that an increase in Tobin Q is associated with an increase in dividend per share. Institutional ownership.
Yeah, go ahead.
Institutional ownership has a coefficient of approximately minus 0.0083, but it is not statistically significant, suggesting it may not have a statistical impact on the dividend per share. I like the way he's couching it here. It might not have that statistical impact. I think I emphasized this before. It's always very good to qualify whatever we are saying, because it's within the bandwidth of statistics that we know that it also has its own limitation. Turnover has positive coefficient of 1.24, but it is not statistically significant at the conventional 0.05 significance level. The p-value is equals to 0.1109.
That's 10%.
Which is 10%.
Okay.
All this, if you type it like interpretation, if you type it manually like this, it cannot be taken as you have taken anything from AI. But go and copy and paste. You have taken you are reporting, you have stolen, and you store meat in the pot.
But if you tell yourself, but it's like you're doing your giraffing, you're looking and you're writing yourself. So in this case, better you giraffe than to go and steal the paper and the answer scripts.
Exactly. So you stole meat and your hand is stained with oil, and you are coming out that you didn't take anything.
Now, but if I copy and paste and I now change the fonts and the characters, will the DNA still be there?
My brother, I can bet it with you, it will still be there.
Now, wow. Okay, now, no Allah.
It's not a matter of the font.
I seem to be more comfortable with the interpretation of ChatGPT 3.5 than even the 4, which is being paid for. These guys
before us is on many features that you might not. If I start showing you, you might be tempted to go and pay for subscription. Yes. Let me.
No, provided that the payment is in Naira and not in dollars. You know, we were listening to you here from Nigeria.
Oh, you see, 3.5 cannot take. I wanted to drop a paper for it to give me a summary. It's not taking it.
Oh,
But
okay.
let's go to 4.0. Let me just show you that. I will drop a paper there. Scientific paper. Which paper was I reading today?
So you can just drop a paper on this and the guy will just summarize it for you. And you're done with your literature review.
You don't know.
I want to grow and be like you one day. And he read the paper under a few seconds. No.
I was reading about control variable today. I got that paper on the internet, and okay, I needed to insert. Talk about a control variable in my thesis. Say control variable, discrete instruments and identification of whatever. Dived into the control of controlling for endogeneity in econometrics model, especially in the presence of non-separable and multidimensional heterogeneity. It introduces a discrete instrument for identification considering various restrictions. Basically, that's what that paper is all about. And I just wanted to reference, the why what's it called? Introducing control variable into my to my model. So I do not need to read the old paper. Does this thing justify? And it was the issue of endogeneity that I really needed to bring to fore in my work. So that's
all you need to do is understand this summary and then carve it in your own literature review.
Carve it in my own literature review.
Yes.
You understand? So that is it. By the time
does this not make researchers to be lazy?
It makes you to be smarter.
Okay.
So if you can see my 2.115 control variable, I think that was one of the papers I cited. And I think, I mentioned the word endogeneity. I think that should be Arnold and Stowley. Can you hear me?
So you now, I can hear you.
So do I need to start reading that paper into details? I just needed the support for what I was doing at that moment. I know the purpose of control variable. And I needed to, having explained, I needed to just back it up with citation. So I look for the paper, okay, does it meet up? Fine and good. And that is it. I hope I'm not scaring anybody now.
No. Oh, yeah. This is great.
So I think what we did today is good enough.
Yeah. Oh, I'm happy I was still able to flow in this. Like I was actually, I told Governor before now that I would just listen. I won't ask questions, but somehow I was able to flow. I'm happy.
Maybe your voice has replaced that of Barrister Osita.
I just hope he was listening to us. The only thing is that he couldn't speak, but
he couldn't
for him
speak.
to have remained in the connection, I'm sure he's listening.
He couldn't speak. Yeah, of course,
yes.
of course.
Barrister, I really missed your, because I know ordinarily you would have brought in quite your incisive comments too that would help.
Definitely, definitely.
Because Barrister cannot be in this lecture and keep quiet. He must always add value to it.
Of course. That's what I'm saying.
And that's the essence.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I will chat you up on a few other things on my own progress, and then let's see how this ChatGPT. I know I have one, but I didn't pay for my own, and even that one I didn't pay. I'm not sure if I can even use it the way you are using this. So I'm really impressed. Maybe we need to talk more, and that can help me, because sometimes one is just afraid as if the job is a difficult one. When if you face it, it will now become a very simple thing you can just achieve.
Of course. See, let me go back to chat again. This is, let me call it ethical way of using charts. I call it ethical way.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, if you can see this. Okay. I'm trying to run outline from, it's actually my wife. This is my wife's work.
I'm lost though. I no longer hear you.
Oh, you have been out for a while then?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Hello, we can. I think, Bello, check. Are you sure you did not touch anything? And no, and he's not muted because we are hearing him.
Okay, look at this. It's actually for this outline I was just trying to create for my wife. Well, say, analyze the dissertation title as educationist.
Hello?
There's problem with Bello's collection.
Hello, Bello, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Check your system. We can hear you, Bello, but you're not hearing us. Okay, go ahead, Professor.
Okay, so I was saying, I was just trying to, provide guidance for my wife, who is she's doing a master's in education, and she asked, gosh, shall I say talk of the saints? She's the one calling.
Hello.
Bello, there's connection problem at your end. Analyze this dissertation title as educationist. Principals quality assurance strategy and teachers effectiveness in public senior secondary school in Rivers State, Nigeria. Now, I'm not into education, but I needed to offer guidance to her. So what chat has done for me is to analyze the topic, the possible methodology, and potential contribution, all of this. So if I have a template to run with, I know what to write. Chat can give you that template to run, and you start writing. But sometimes when we are left with a blank sheet of paper, we do not know what to write.
Exactly.
So one strong thing that I do is get me an outline. Get me outline for this paper. Get me outline. And I ask the question, oh, I've run regression. What other thing can I do to check for robustness? It will give me the possible options. If you just give me the possible option, if this regression that we have run, Just a minute. Let me just answer my wife and I'll get back.
Okay.
Hello? Please, Brendo, I'm in a Zoom meeting. Once I'm done, I'll call you back. Thank you. Hello?
Yeah, where would you?
Okay, good. So this last result we did, right? It's on 3.5. Yeah. What is let me take it back to 4.0. Identifying regression. Okay. I want something. Okay. What's other statistical spelling, statistical tests can I carry out? Robust. Are we together? Are we together?
Is it what further statistical?
What further statistical tests can I carry out to make my work robust? Once you finish running regression, you want to test for multicollinearity. You want to test for heterogeneity. Test for,
yes.
robust regression. And if you know the basic, you can even drop your work. Let it critique it for you.
Wow.
You can just critique it. Like what I do. I can write a paper and say, okay, assess this paper for me as a peer review, as a peer reviewer for an academic journal. And it will bring out the flaws in my work, which I can improve. You understand?
Yes.
So it's like, it's your buddy, it's your personal assistant. That's where I see it. But the way you use it is what matters. But if you go and be doing copy and pasting, my brother, you're on your own. So far so good. I think that this is what I can offer tonight, and we've stayed. How many of us are left here? Just
so the ChatGPT, the 4.0 and the 3.5, one can get them online.
3.5 is free. Okay. It's online. It's available. It's free.
Okay. But the 4.0 one has to download.
No, the same. You have to subscribe. Once you have downloaded one, you will be paying.
Okay.
Okay. That's the difference.
Do they accept Naira?
The difference, no, is I think the payment is in USD. The difference between the two of them is the ability, at least 1 million. 4.0 will take. You can take your PDF. It's just that today I've run through up to 7 papers, academic paper today. All what I was looking for is, I'll couch what I needed. Please get me the variables, the proxies, the sample size of the study. Get me this and get me that. What is the outcome? Once I have the story, I couch the story I want you to use. That's what I copy and paste to analyze the paper. Once you analyze the paper, I do not need to start reading and trying to cash out something. Once you analyze it, I couch it in my own words. XYZ in the study of so and so found that this is significant, this is not significant. Brother, I'm done with that paper. I move on.
Okay, so, thank you. And one thing I observed is when you are asking for information through ChatGPT, you need to, if you want to get, just like you put it, let me use your word, robust information, you need to give more details. Well, you should not be economical with the words, but you should give more details. Then you get the necessary information.
You get the best. Be more detailed, be precise. Know the words, what you are looking for. You'll be able to describe what you are looking for. You get the best out of it.
The whole thing is still garbage in, garbage out. It's what you ask that you will receive.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Fantastic. When you come back, we will take you to a local restaurant so that we'll pay you with a local meal. I know you're missing all your local meals out there.
I'm telling you.
This is nice. It's been a wonderful out.
Yeah, thank you.
I have printed out the other notes and I'll go through them. I went through them once. I'm still having this challenge of, if I tell you the number of phone calls I've been receiving and the ones I need to respond back while in this lecture in the past 2 hours, it's so huge. And that's the pressure I've been facing. God will help us.
God will help us. Me, yes, my own, that I'm here now is a getaway. They are looking for me in the office. They can't reach me. I say, let me write as much as possible for my thesis. Once I get back to the two days I'm going to spend in Abuja or so this week is going to be hell of a time for me, because I get in on Thursday and Friday will be hell of a time. But let me enjoy my stay here with catching up with my proposal. That's what I'm actually
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Wish you well, huh?
Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good night. Yeah.
Are we meeting tomorrow?
No.
Dr. Bello.
Oliver Tree. Hello. I like your spirit, I tell you. No, because that's to tell you how wonderful you have been.
Thank you very
and
much.
that's to tell you that Bello has benefited so much from what you're doing. So he wouldn't want to miss you. Bello,